Good morning, guys. I'm Alex, the nurse. Welcome again to my channel. The topic of today is not related to health and hair loss problem like you seen on my channel, or maybe with music. Well, it's about politics, which, by the way, I do not like to talk about politics, but this thing got me started, you know. And I have to state my opinion because it's a democracy and everybody's voice has to be heard, for the crowd, for the people. So basically, it's the fact that a few days ago we had the American elections, which provided us with a new president, provided you, because I live in Europe, provided you, the American people, with a new president, and the exercise of democracy was very beautiful because we did see that democracy have prevailed, and it's a beautiful thing to see that democracy still stands in a way. Okay, so I do not have any dog in this fight. I do not do politics. Even if I talk about politics, I do not like politics. Okay, because politics will make you do things and say things that you do not want to do. You will become greedy in a way, and you become like a bad person. And politics is not for me. For me, it's something else. So as I see it, as people from Eastern Europe, from the whole continent, see how this is going to change, if it's going to change something in your country, because I do not have some feedback from your inside from your country. Maybe things are bad in there. I don't know. But if you think things are bad in your country, you should see mine or some other country. So it's not that bad in a way. You still have your house. So, but this is your problem. Okay, this is your problem. This is your domestic problem. I'm talking about your next president, because I didn't like Hillary and I do not like Trump. So I do not like almost no one as a politician because they all do the same thing. But let's talk about your next president. I agree with you when you, the American people who have voted for him, say that he loves your country and he will try to make America great again. Which, by the way, from my point of view and from my country's point of view, America is already great. So I do not know how he can make America great again without military expansion and economic expansion in the world. So maybe this is his thing, because he is good at doing business. But we should see. So let's talk about some points that Donald Trump, your next president, have really pointed out. That he wants to make America great again, but by bringing jobs back into your country, by repairing your bridges, your infrastructure. Sorry for my English. Your hospitals, your everything. Okay, maybe your hospitals and your infrastructures and bridges are in a poor state of maintenance. But as I seen it on the internet, you should see my bridges, you should see my hospitals, and you'll see that you are far, like 100 years from our state. But this is another thing. I mean, you'll choose to believe or you choose to reject what I'm saying. But he is saying that he will bring jobs back into the United States. Maybe he will. I mean, he wants to bring millions of jobs in the first 100 days of presidency. Well, let me tell you one thing. He is saying that he will force companies to come back again into United States and hire people from there. Okay, maybe he can do that because he's a businessman. Maybe he will I don't know, do something in a business deal, and he will be able to bring those jobs back. But you have to understand that as much as expensive those things are, that are your companies, your American companies, build them and produce them in Asia or in India or I don't know, in China, and they are shipped back to the United States. As much as expensive or cheap they are now, you have not seen nothing yet. The prices will just explode. Why? Well, you have to understand how economics works. I mean, a big company will not settle for a low profit. Okay, will not settle for a low profit. They are in the business of making big money. Okay, big money. Like Donald Trump say, I'm gonna do it bigly. And the big companies, they want to do it bigly. So they will not settle for that. If they are forced in a way, or maybe, maybe they are convinced to come back, you have to understand that you, the American people, will be paid more. You have so many rights. You have pensions funds which must be paid, which is very good. But in China and underdeveloped countries, they did not have that. So that's why it's pretty, and the profit is it's so much greater than there than it is in your country. So it's it is a normal thing. When they are going to produce those things in your country, they will not be so cheap anymore and available. Let's take your iPhone. In my country, it's like when iPhone 7 appeared, it was like 1,000 and something dollars. I don't know how much it is in your country, but the price will just go up because the companies will have to pay you more, and they will have to sell the product even expensive so they can make almost the same profit as they did there. So you cannot force them. They will just go bankrupt. They will just go on to move their operations in Europe maybe or somewhere else, because they can find guys. You have to understand, they can find technicians. They're not you cannot say that you are going to find only technicians and engineers and good people and in America. No, guys, no, they are everywhere. I mean, America is leading in a way because it has immigrants. Okay, so America is not leading. Let's be honest, it's not leading because they did have people from there, I mean, who build up the 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 the, the economical powerhouse that America is. And you say that he will make America great again. He even has those hats. Well, from our point of view, from Europe's point of view, from my country, pardon me, from my country point of view, America is great now. America, it's like a small empire, okay, with the face of democracy. Donald Trump thinks that he can redraw, or he can make some countries pay more for the military presence of the United States Army there. Well, I think that this will be an impossible task, because you have to understand another thing. When you are there with the military presence and you are not asking for so much money to be paid for your protection, you will be primus, like they say, in almost everything that is going on in that country, from politics to own business, to develop business, and to make money. Okay, guys, you'll be, when you are going there with your military, you are going there and you are going to make money. This is the fact. I mean, this is a fact. You are going to make money for those corporations, and those corporations will invest money maybe into your country or maybe in other countries to make money again and again and again. So when you are going to say that you are going to ask money for protection, that thing will not going to happen. And let's say that you are going to redo your umbrella, your umbrella of protection, of nuclear protection. You're going to redo from South Korea and from Japan. Well, they'll be forced to develop their own nuclear program, and then we will have another minimal two countries that they have nuclear weapons. And think about it. When you have nuclear weapons, it's like when your body is boosted by steroids. Okay, so when everybody is using steroids and they have lots of power, they will start fighting. Okay, guys. So this is a bad thing. It's a good thing that you want to do. You want to start your relationships with the Russian, with the Russian powerhouse, because you must do that. I mean, you have to agree that you two superpowers must not collide into a military conflict or like a cold conflict. You must shake hands and see it through, I mean, for the better of humanity, but it is a very hard thing to do. He's saying in the first 100 years he will do that. Let me tell you one thing. It is another thing to be Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, the candidate in the campaign. Remember Obama? They had boosted all the time that he will do, wonders. Remember when he will say that he will bring justice and money, and the example was he will bring back the soldiers, from Iraq, from Afghanistan, and look at that, And it's what is the other thing to be Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or somebody else, the president of the United States. Well, let me tell you one thing. In the first day or second day, when all the agency, NSA, CIA, FBI, I don't know, Pentagon, the Army, the Navy, they all bring you their information, and they all will say what it means to be America in the world, to be the first superpower, and they will tell you what you can lose to have this done. I mean, to withdraw from your first position in the world. I think you will guess again, or maybe you will find another option, because from my point of view, Donald Trump is a businessman. He will understand that they are explaining him that this thing cannot be done as he promised. Of course, you will say that you are not right. Okay, well, trust me, guys. I will leave this video on YouTube, okay, for years to come, and you can come back to this video, because I know for sure that some things that he did say in the campaign will not be achievable in a peaceful way. Okay, you cannot force your way into things. Okay, you cannot force your way. If you withdrew from your military from all over the world, like he said, that he was going to take care of his country first, which is a good thing for everybody, is an example for everybody, but you will lose that first position. And Donald Trump wanted that first position all of his life. Donald Trump is a player, if he's bad, then Hillary, or if it's good, I do not know. I do not care, because maybe the system needs a restart or something like this. But guys, it will be very, very hard for Donald Trump to do those things that he promised. It will be very hard. The system has its own way to convincing people who candidate, for a presidency or for a spot in the first seat of a country. So the system is there. It has always been there, and the system will make make it do his way. I mean, you cannot fight the system. Maybe you can't fight the system. He will make things in his own way. So you'll see that he will not do those things, because after World War II, after the Marshall Plan, Europe was under the protection, of the United States government. So when you are going to withdraw, somebody else will come there, okay, and you will not going to be the one who have the strings anymore. So when you do not have the strings anymore, you become a lesser country. You become a normal country, and you will not be going to be the first one in the world. Think about it, and this video will stay here. Talk to you guys.